blowing like this, obviously I want to be setting up near the car if I can. Makes it a lot easier. That sea looks fantastic. Well, I hope the camera's picking that up. There are some amazing blues and greens in that watercolour. Sort of turquoise mixed in with the chalk, a little bit of gully water as well. Look at those colours in the sea. So we're here at Seaford. There's a bit of a wind. You can see these conditions today, they're glorious. Just look at the way the light is shining on those cliffs. I hope you can hear me okay. What a glorious day, the sun's shining, the waves are pounding in all right. No fish at the moment, but it's one of those days where I think perseverance might come into it. Oh, just lovely being out. You say there's some peregrine falcons up there earlier, being mobbed by the seagulls. You see a lot of people going out on this little stone jetty. Bikes have been really close to the edge, it's really slippery. I can imagine someone will go in there at one point this summer. I don't know why I'm laughing. I mean, it's a great venue, Seaford. Have you fished here yourselves? Let us know underneath. Certainly good in the summer for the mackerel. We've caught some bass as well that you'll see on the channel a little bit further down from here. Good for plaice. Seems to be a good early spring run of plaice along Seaford Beach. And there is a YouTuber down here called CJ. I don't know if you've watched him. I'll link to him as well. Does a few good videos on this beach. Looks good, doesn't it? We had a good old rattle on that one. This is the big bait, remember? Pounded by the wave, but that was a good old bite. You can see why a bass would be down there, and that was a bass bite. It's making me all jumpy now. Yeah! John Darling used to live over the back there, and he would have fished this same water. Always says big baits for bass, you don't need to cast far. So we've got a squid lug cocktail on there. He caught thousands of bass in his day. Slightly less for me today, but And as the rough waves give way, we're off to our next venue. We made the short trip down to Hastings Pier. More like a Scooby-Doo pier, no one here. A little bit of easy fishing really, the two lighter rods, the bass rod. These delicious things. These are going on the next one. We're going to do a 2-hook cascade swivel with the peeler crab. I'm not the best these peeler crabs, they're quite small males. I managed to get that out of one of them, and we'll sort of swap that round with the lug. See how good peeler crab is. I do like peeler crab as a bait. See anything on that old battered rod? Look at that, it's got mismatched rod rings. There's one missing and there's a bit of a tip missing, but what we are seeing is a little bit of a tap there. Well, I've just lifted the lead up slightly, and that usually shows if something's hooked. Hastings Pier, hopefully smooth hound or bass. We've got some peeler crab. Realistically, maybe a dogfish, but if we do get a dogfish, I'm up for doing a catch and cook. It's very malign, the dogfish. No one likes to catch them really. It's actually quite quiet, isn't it? Did get a lot of missed bites today. I wonder whether they're the small smooth hounds. Hastings Pier is open for angling now 7 days a week, I think, unless they've got one of the festival type things on. You'll usually find a space at the end. No, little smooth hound. Right? Little smooth hound. Smooth hound? I think so, yeah. Look like it.
Yeah, it is really good one, isn't it?
Tiny little smooth hound, look at that, beautiful little thing. And he's fallen for that. He's fallen for that. You still see it? Dogfish. Dogfish. A very blooded dogfish. A little walk at low tide. This time of year we get these masked crabs. They're real characters. You see here they face into where the tide's coming in on the flood. Beautiful little things. A few cockles washing up as well. It's worth always checking the beach, see what Mother Nature's sending your way. It can dictate how you fish. But we came back to Hastings Pier actually on a slightly different looking day. The very next day, try out a new continental rod. This is the Colmic Luna we're going to give a go. It's a continental rod. casting weight there is 100 grams to 250 grams, so it'd take care of most of the beach fishing in the UK, particularly here in the south coast. You might need something a little bit more beefier for some winter fishing if you're after the codling in the northeast, for example. But look at this, looks lovely. Three sections, 3 equal sections on a 4.5 metre rod. That continental grip to it as well. Obviously the flashy graphics. Reel seat, it's not saying it's a Fuji reel seat, but that, whatever that material is pretty good. But continental rods, so what does that give me? Well, at the moment I'm struggling a little bit with my back, and a lighter rod like this is going to be a lot easier. I don't have to put everything all in sundry into the cast. Here it is, the Colmic. So there you go, the Colmic's tapping away there. Let's have a little feel, see what this rod's like. There are some advantages of having a pier rod that's this long. You can avoid all those little pilings and groins and stuff, and almost negotiate your catch round. The only problem is when you're bringing a fish up directly down, it's not going to be so good. There's a few little bites today. You see the bend in the rod there? Well, you can see this is what put that little bend in the rod, so only a small one. Beautiful little things though, aren't they, these smoothounds? And that really is a baby. Look at that. I'll put this straight back, but hopefully you saw the bend in the rod there. You see what those continental rods feel like. That day before. Nice feedback. A little whiting. So only a whiting, but you could feel the rattle of that with this rod at a bigger distance. So it's well worth it for those sort of match fishing techniques as well. And there we go, a whiting, not the most desirable fish, but a good test for that Colmic.